Getting ready to head out this morning. I just wanted to say thank you because I got some really nice emails for health stuff, and that was nice. And it seems to me that a lot of folks have really started to put together what I've been saying about tech and energy workers. Those of you that, for as long as I've been around, people who do actual energy work, nobody takes them seriously, and they're always hanging around with occultists and people that are like messing around with magic and things that you can't explain. Here's what I found when I was a kid. If you were an energy worker, a healer, like you had actual psionic ability, they were actively suppressing you. But at the time, I didn't know how. Even up into 2 years ago, I didn't know how. Tensors, sequences, matrices, biosensors. Well, let's talk about these massive ass databases that are all talking to each other in their own private languages. And I'm so over it with, well, I just don't understand. And then, well, it's military security. I'll tell you what else is military security. Is your brain going to stay fixed in your head? I don't think it is. I tell you what, I walk outside and my husband said to me, he said, honey, did you ever think that maybe it's because you're just that attenuated to that body part and nobody else pays attention to it? And I looked at him and I said, yeah, but babe, if that's the case, they're in serious trouble. Okay? Your synthetic magnetized bullshit will fail the moment you get more than this many humans together. Why? Well, come on, neuroscience mother truckers. You had to take electronics to learn how to use the brain. Then you march your ass out there in neuroscience and tell everybody, I am a psychiatrist. I know how to drug you to death and lie about the rest of the brain. I am a psychologist. I will withhold from you all information about epigenetics and optogenetics so you come to me, take drugs, believe what I say, and keep spinning in a circle. How dare you? What, call out accountability for the ology you've been hiding? You want to talk about the human biofield, subtle electrocution for behavioral modification? No! You want them to come into your office and pay you to listen to you tell them what a piece of shit they are while they sit in the same physical situation that offers them no way out. But you making money, bitch! Okay. We are so in serious trouble. If the people from technology, neuroscience, the rest of you liars from medical don't get your ass up here and go, yeah, it's pretty much all AI and algorithm now. Ever since the thing went off. What thing went off? Where's your biofield? I'm heading outside because if I don't get up and move every morning, I'll be weighed down. Nah, it's impossible. Really? Got something called DCON. You know what that is? Dynamic channel allocation. They're more worried about how to move our bloodstream around for more efficient encryption. Well, I would be too if I were them. 2 years ago, I said to people, I'm like, what is with all this pay to play, 15 grand, I've got designate software, and I thought, oh, it's Stryker units. Okay. No. This was on the personal side of things. For just people. And I'm like, what would that be for? Portals? Like physical portals. So then they're all screaming, no, they're eating the children. I'm like, no. This is bigger than that. This is transport. How can I even get a conversation about that? When I say biofield and people are all, you know why they're afraid and they act like toddlers? Because we're more powerful than them. Watch the Stranger Things. You'll see it. She's got 1, 2, 3 panels in the front. If you go to my Brighteon channel, I've got piles of emails. They're like, wow, I can really do it when I watch your videos. Yeah, that's because I'm a network broadcast telepath. I hook the signal. And I'm always in the living waters of Christ. That's my broadband, all day, every day. Turn to my left right now. And I got prayers, and there I go. Okay, so for the people who do energy work, we know you got a hara line. It's a big line of energy coming down your spine. We also know that we have chakras. Yeah, they're real. The military knows that. The Internet of Medical Things knows that. Why don't you? Because you're too afraid to be made fun of. Okay, that's going to get you killed. Why? Well, they got a synthetic white suit they put on. Then they have telepathy and telekinetics with swarm drones. Problem is you can't see them. You're thinking, oh, these big old drones. No. Micrometer. That's what my great uncle was working on with all that Edgewood Arsenal Project 112, in addition to what? Boeing Vertol? What was the odd? Unmanned drones controlled by your brain. But hey, down in March at Fort Benning, I've got Iron Man suit. I can control 100 drones. Way to go, moron. Why expend all that energy? Uh-huh. Sorry. Family's black projects before the Battle of the Bulge, and yeah, that matters. Signals, intelligence, stenographer people, why does that matter? The green door, that's why it matters. Everybody was killed on that night. If you weren't playing ball with Baals. Oh, but magic! Ah! How about a hidden body part? And a whole lot of magnets and a whole lot of fuckery with synthetic aperture and our Air Force people sitting up there playing fucking video games. Read for yourself. The general is in VR. And your cybersecurity fat fucking, I ain't gonna say it. They're sitting at desks, Netflix-styled libraries with drop-down menus. Because they don't know command line interface. They don't know how to think either. They don't need to. That's what N3 is for. What's that? How do I know all this stuff? Why am I the only one out here? Because I didn't turn my brain off because they never stopped trying to kill me. Who? Ah! The Great Bay! You gonna tell people about their biofield? Or are you gonna they're gonna continue spinning everybody? Then I get yelled at because people are like, why can't you come out here and cure it? Because it should be you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, can you read? Stop making excuses and telling yourself, no, I'm too stupid. There's nothing I can do. Get your arm up here. I'll show you what you can do. Then I'm going to explain to you very briefly why the fucking military needs to be put on their ass. And you're going to need Jesus Christ of Nazareth to do it. And if Jesus is ruined for you because of things, God knows your heart. Are you a good person? I'm serious. Well, I believe in Buddha. I don't believe in Jesus because fill in horrible pejorative experience. Do you really think God is going to be like, oh, well, those assholes did this, and since you didn't... Sorry, I shouldn't even say it that way, but these people misrepresented, and somehow that's your fault? No. That ain't how it works. Get your arm up here. Let's see it. 1, 2. Now, I'm not in my normal spot, so... Always start humming the Smurfs. Fuckers. Anyways, so you have an invisible body part. It is your responsibility to stop allowing people around you to act like 2-year-olds. They lied about it. They lied about it so they could give you telehealth, the Internet of Things. Now, the other thing that's being lied about openly, actively, constantly, Xeno application. Oh, but I can get email to my cell phone and it's wireless, but they can't get anything in me or read my thoughts because none of it exists. But it does. And they call it synthetic. So if you look up telepathy, look up synthetic telepathy. Try not to vomit when you see how many years that we've had young people in tech playing with humans, like Sims and Will Wright's EA The Sims. No problem. And I'm going to venture it's because they literally don't know better. Bullshit. Let me show you what happens when you have your own abilities in check. And this isn't about, hey, I want to levitate things. No. That's not what this is about. So they're going to come up on you and they look just like us. But they have a NATO white suit. It's skin adhesion, people. You can't see it. Your veins and arteries look like this. See this straw? Now, well, you morons out there running drones and swarms and thinking way too big. You should have been thinking like Will Smith told you. Where's the galaxy? Oh, humans always thinking big. Where was it? The galaxy. On the cat's neck. On a little collar. And I keep telling these military sensor hunters, all the patches in the new Top Gun movie are them. They're cannibals. They hunt humans. Then you add things like the Stuxnet virus. It just occurred to me last night doing some additional reading. When I read from some of the folks, I was like, yeah, look what we did, air gapping networks. And now that I know more about what my own fucked up family was in, and after almost getting kidnapped by the fucking people with this garbage, if you can feel them coming, they don't want you out there. People get paid to keep this a secret for a very long time. And it isn't the kind of people you would want guarding anything, gatekeeping anything. They're the same people from the 80s and the Finders called fuck you people because my social security number is in that fucking noise. I told you, the people that got paid to go grab kids or whatever, there were a lot of experiments going on at the same time. Well, fucking duh. N2 and N3 uses human consciousness directly. They also use algorithms directly, but that's impossible, Sabrina. It's machine-to-machine learning. Hi, I'm right here. I'm trying to help you understand. There is a 4D architecture to this that has not been shared with these Eisenhower moron humans. I was actually, honest to God, raised by a seraphim since I was 4. It's not a joke. So all my life, telepathically communicating back and forth and seeing a lot of this stuff, and now I just hear the code and I type it in, and I'm like, are you serious? And then I sit here by myself up until the last couple months because I finally went online because my best friend died, and I found no tech, nobody, nowhere. Then I found more machine, more machine, more machine. Then I went and took notes on the Artificial Intelligence Symposium, more machine, and nobody will admit the biofield. And the Stuxnet virus, nah, it's them fucking around watching the best minds attempt to hack things because all you idiots are up in the cloud. The cloud is just like the old days of what? Token ring. I fucking warn people out there, Bitcoin, I'm like, do you remember dumb terminals? See, again, during the 70s, my father was fucking around in semi-trucks, and he had a friend when I was little, and he went into stereo, installing LIDAR in everybody's houses, okay? So that was his job. Why? Because that stuff in your home theater and whatnot answers to these. Aggregate, wandering around no different than the Matrix movie like Sentinel since last August when Amazon turned on mesh hybrid networks. Now, when I was a kid, I was drawing those star hybrid networks. By kid, I mean 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, PSINERT.com. And there it all is, and I called it a mortal setup. That's not a mortal setup. That's Bluetooth and Zigbee using your human biofield to route not just information of your bloodstream and health. No, because people stop there and they go, well, that's okay, they're trying to help us. No, they're routing you for what you're thinking, when you're moving, and what you're doing down to your bone marrow. Now, listen, you got to stop making excuses for these fucking white coat psychopaths. Because what they're about to do now is they're pulling all their toys out of the toy box, that's why it's kind of quiet, and they're getting ready to go fight each other with a fake fucking space war. And you don't know that an Astra 3B uses plasmonics, and we've had that since 1905? Nope. Because you won't go to Wikipedia and look. What do you mean we've had autonomous drones since 1854? That's impossible. No, that's business. Oh, they're going to give us med beds. There's no architecture for that. No infrastructure, no sales or enterprise infrastructure. Fucking zero. But here's this person, me, she's running her mouth like that new age, fucking weird. You couldn't possibly know about aliens. I know about electrical tissue engineering on a fucking remote control. That's what I know about. I know when it's coming into my body and pulling my fucking jaw like this and trying to reroute things in my hammer bone. And then I know how to fucking shunt it out of me. But 2 months ago, I got throat punched from the inside out. Now, if I can throw up an ad hoc network and be screwing around, and I've got Robin Cook, a book I'm going to show later today. In the 80s and 90s, being neurally monitored and tortured, that's what it was called. But the torture was done for a reason. Humans don't think like this. These creatures do. They want to know where your spectrum is. On every individual human, that spectrum is going to be specific to the topology of your soil. And our new NSA Zero Trust architecture goes over radio waves as of a few months ago. Yeah, so they can get a hold of it easier. Who? The synthetic neural networks that control the synthetic proteins. Oh, but they just got to get it in you. No, the HIV is there just attached to the immune system. It's all about you and whatever is in you that needs to be broken down first. Then it's the clarity of your blood. That includes your epigenetics, who you're around, what you're watching. They're watching that too. Go read the databases. Then somebody else, usually your county advisor, with your new smart grid, they have an iPad that's got an API and it can see you. And this is where people are super fucked. I don't want my neighbor knowing who I'm fucking, when I'm fucking, or how long ago I was fucking them. Not to mention, it's not just about what you're thinking or what you're eating. Are you kidding me? Yep, that's where we're at. And it isn't even human. It's machines. Nah, Sabrina, that's impossible. Go read. Oh, but I can't understand it. Okay, well then give up and sit on the couch and continue to spin in a circle of bullshit like everybody else. I'm not playing ball. I won't do it. I will not play with Baal's balls. I won't do it. Jesus Christ of Nazareth is the life, the truth, and the way. And those of you that are involved in this, you will pay. Now, for those of you that are not directly connected to sensor, hunter, military, signals intelligence, human intelligence, Space Force, bullshit. Stingray and Dirtbox, law enforcement, specially sussed out in the 80s. So if you're not part of all that, and you spent your whole life being told, oh, you're fucking crazy, you in particular need to wake up and pay attention to this stuff I'm putting out here, because you will be first on the list. How do I know? Because when we were kids, they were hunting abilities and how they interfaced with other humans. And by 2002, when DARPA started running tags for WordPress, that's the first time I heard remote procedure call running openly in people's biofields. And I was like, that's impossible. Uh-huh. Now, what that means is that they were already watching how we would fight back with our natural abilities in 1994. Whatever machine they had running turned off on December 21st, 2012. That's Project Looky Glass. Yeah, well, that's autonomous drones out of Laughlin, and I fucking lived there near Groom Lake. Skinwalker Ranch. Oh, it's Skinwalkers. No. That's NATO white suit adhesion testing. It's a skin. When I make my piloerection go up and down and I can hear the tone in the air. The tone, the tinnitus, that's from the aggregate of the nano. And it goes up and down in volume, or it moves laterally based on how it's readhesing itself. Oh, it's impossible. You couldn't possibly. I was tested on, you pieces of shit. So now I warned people back then, months ago, when I heard the NATO suits coming online here in CONUS. 3 to 4 humans dead instantly when they tried putting these suits on. And I thought, oh my God, you're just putting them on anybody they'll actually stick to. Yeah, because they don't give a shit about you. They want to go make people explode on purpose. Because those walking around us that you ignore, you won't talk about, you claim they don't exist. All that exists now is technology. And for those of you in energy work with Buddha and the rest of it, you're fucked. They're not going to let you believe in anything but them, and you're not going to be able to pull a trigger because your motor cortex is inert. On that same big line that we as energy workers have been protecting, shielding all this time, called the horror line. And if these military morons come up on a wild talent, meaning somebody whose brain isn't fully grown yet, Lord only knows what's going to happen. Because kids are going to create a Gungan shield around everything they love instantly, and they're going to throw a charge off their chest. If you don't know that you've got more neurons in your heart tissue, you have more magnetic pulse in your heart tissue. And if you don't know that our hearts are built for 8 to 10 hertz, and this 6G is putting us through 90 million. 5G, technically. I'm going to say that again. The heart is built for 8 to 10. 5G, 90 million. Little kid, totally terrified, endocrine system lymphatic wide open, you're gone. And so might be a lot of other things. The TV series Supernatural showed everybody this. It's real. It's scientifically real. It's in the literature from the Central Intelligence Agency that's declassified in at least 3 different places. You're fucked up thinking hemisync with meditation. I'm busy on my Brighteon channel showing people how to throw their biofield into somebody else and knock your fucking ass out. I don't need my hands, and I sure as fuck don't need a machine. I have Jesus Christ of Nazareth, amen. The biofield is a body part. If you come up to me and want to do this, you better believe I'm going to hit you in the face. I'm going to try to defend myself, right? What do your veins and arteries look like to somebody like me? Are they flowing? Are they open or closed? And your routing channel, your dynamic routing channels inside the biofield as well. Oh, but you're a human. You couldn't keep it all straight. I have an IQ almost 210, folks, and have been tested by the military and escaped them for 8 years because I'm protected by a seraphim, courtesy of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, since I was 4 years old. What do you think I'm capable of? And you still won't tell your loved ones? They lied so they could sell you electroceuticals. They lied So they've got your ass, and you can't pull a trigger on a gun, which is why nobody gives a fuck about coming to your house and taking shit. They lied. Tell me again. NATO white suit walking up on your house. What do you look like to them? Cake? Just like me. Hubba bubba, bitch. So if you don't get your own mind right, you keep lying to yourself, hey man, the Emperor has no clothes. They're going to save us with space aliens. Oh, it's Revelation. Nah, it's software and fucking around with magnets. Poning humans for their lack of desire for intellectual accountability. Yeah, that's what it is. And I've been out here screaming, I'm like, they've killed everyone in the tech industry since 2013, guaranteed. Before then, they killed off everyone from the energy work community out of the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, again, before the machine even turned off. What machine? Again, Looking Glass 2012. Wano Saban, the big liar, part of these same people, what'd he say? Oh, it's not about time travel. That's right, it's about statistics. But when you're dredging the human biofield and feeding it into real-time databases, that's our real-time body. You're not telling the future. You're just looking through the looking glass at us, down to the bone marrow. And that is my pin post on Facebook. I said, would you please go to COMSAT? The links are all here. Go back to November and follow my posts. They're in order. All satellites, micro and otherwise, are pointed at us. At us. Food. Aggregate databases. And another thing. There is a really great comedian out there named Owen Benjamin. But his supposition, I think about 2 months ago, was that, we're just a husbandry. Humans are harvested and grown. With all due respect, Mr. Benjamin, I would be with you, except that I have a body part that I damn well know disallows them to just run me around with my children and harvest me. Therefore, I disagree with your theory. Respectfully, sir. I think humans need to get up and stop lying, get intellectually accountable, and fight back. I don't need your magnets, and I don't want your synthetic shit running through my bloodstream. And I'm tired of being attacked simply because I'm aware of a body part that you keep a secret, even from security. Oh, Stuxnet! Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Array. Phase array. That's all I gotta say. Multi-input, multi-output, phase, PHASE, array. Suck a dick, you fucking dirty liars. I didn't realize how deep it went, but I should have. Barnaby Jack is dead. Aaron Schwartz is dead. Snowden's over there hiding in Russia. Hiding my ass. He was paid to push out the vendors. You guys are all looking over there. It's still Teledyne, people. Problem is the Defense Intelligence Agency is using humans. Oh, it's DID! Why is it always aeronautics and all their little girls and boys and then John von Neumann trip chair? Where are the men? Where are the people in tech doing all this, since apparently they're all non-binary and whatever else? Tell you what they are. They got a Nephilim running up their asshole and they like it. That feels really good to them. They're always in control. And now that they've been injected, because they were fucking with that in Silicon Valley, a little DMT, your neurons spin in 11 dimensions. I tried to help people understand they didn't want to let go of mental health, just like back in the 80s. Oh, I'm finally out of pain. Yeah, that opiate opens your mu receptor. That's a problem. Yeah. You'll have very little ability to tell, should I really be doing this? Yeah, that's by design. More neurology you don't know. More neuroscience they'll never tell you. Just go sit in their office, tell them all your secrets, and then they'll go tell you what to do. Man, that sounds so much like going to the confessional and telling them everything. And what does mental health do with all that data? Yeah, you can't buy a house, you can't have your kids. Yeah, that's pretty much what all that data is used for. Is it used to help you? No, because if it was, so many fucking people would by now have not needed help anymore. Nah, it's permanent. You're fucked up forever. Kind of like autoimmune disorders. But when you throw the human biofield back into the mathematical mixture, well, for them it all makes sense. Oh, I think we're being harvested and they use husbandry on us. They don't have a right to do that. If you admit to all of our body, instead of hiding the part that you use to leash us, control us, torture us, and enslave us. Just seems to me, intellectual accountability is necessary. ASAP. Amen. Oh, Pater noster qui es in celi, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum. Fiat voluntas tua sicut in cielo et in terra, panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos in malo. Thank you again to my wonderful folks on the Facebook and the Brighteon for all of your help and all of your love out to other people. This is one of my more agitated videos because we need to definitely make sure folks know, and I'm sincere, the human emotional spectrum, the somatoform, has been purposely ignored and messed around with because the moment that you connect with your real emotions, that's your heart. And as I previously explained, you're going to blow these people apart. Now, for good people, nobody's going to feel good about that on our side of things. That's another reason I want to embolden those of you when I do piloerection and we do biofield practice. Please help your friends. And you go, but they don't believe me. They don't know. You have to devise a way to help them understand, and you're the only one that can because you know these folks. And when I talk to people, I go to the heart because a lot of people, it's not because they don't want to, it's because they've been made fun of and they've been yelled at and they've been pushed down and bullied. So they're like, are you serious? Plus, with all the stress we've had going on, who wants to learn something new? Well, it's like I keep saying, do you remember the Black Plague? I'm sincere. Remember the Black Plague? Why did so many people die? Because they didn't want to use that new fancy thing called soap. Isn't this pretty? There's an Amish soap maker nearby. But there's a company called Sugar and Spice. And if you're unsure how to find them, it's Now You See TV, and you can find links all over, and they make some brilliant, beautiful stuff. Anyways, in the Black Plague, they didn't want to use this because it felt slimy on their skin. And they're like, ugh, what is wrong with you? And then the guy would show up with the mask on and the big burqa bag. You mean the bioweapon? Play ball or we kill you all. We got another human who'll come in here and take over for us and do what we say. So, you want to talk about the human biofield before the children and the people that, because in 2025 they're going to hunt down, and they will have licensure to do it, anybody who is not injected. And it's wireless as well. I keep saying nanolipids, injectionless nanolipids, and I'm like, not in me, because I can hear them coming. That's impossible. They're too small. Bullshit. You get enough aggregate discrete math, which is what they're doing constantly. It literally makes noise in the air. When I was a little girl, my father used to send me around to listen for that noise. The same noise was being kicked up from those TVs that had the 3 different things that shot up on the back of the screen. We were all still using cathode ray tubes in every single machine. This would be 1986, 7, and 8. Apologies. 1986, 7, and 8. You gotta get honest. And then, for those of you that are from these projects, the health stuff that the gentleman sent me about garlic, and I've been pretty much unable to eat, and I'm going right now for about 3 to 5 miles. Sometimes I have to do 9. And you better keep your house clean, because that's the other thing, it scans and reloads. And if there are any white hats out there, I'm going to say it again. I have never seen them. Never. Not once. Every time people get up to the level of cosmic clearance, you're talking about full human control, and these Nephilim got apartment buildings that are biosecure, meaning that once you cross the portal of human tissue and bone, that's just the math to get you in and out of the zone, the interdimensional zone. Then you could have a C-130, you can park anything, space isn't an issue. But all of the bioweapons, etc., this is the mirror dimension stuff, technology-wise as well. You can watch everything going on over here, but you're completely secure. It's a different kind of skiff. See how easy it was to make deals with the feeder creatures? They're like, hey, let us do what we want. We'll give technology. Everybody will sit there and die. We'll just slowly siphon their mRNA. That's your soul, by the way. Well, I don't have a soul. Every human has a soul. Until you don't. And that's another reason why I'm mega livid. You need to tell people the truth about this mRNA technology? Nah. You need to tell people the truth about their invisible, wireless body part that electroceuticals and the rest of our wireless tech industry is very up and in with biosensors and bioengineering and electroceuticals. Because one day you're going to walk in your living room and sit down and you're going to lift your arm and this is going to be a fish flipper. You ain't going to have fingers, nothing. You'll be like, what? Oh, you're crazy. No, I can read and do math. And by that, I do mean I can go purchase that software and fuck around. So I'm a nice person. But it seems to me there's a lot of people out there with a lot of time on their hands, vengeance driven. How has justice been attainable for you lately, even if you follow the law? So, vigilante motivation, check. Oh, but Sabrina, you're so super smart. One more time. This isn't that hard to figure out. It's just that those of us over the age of 30 are fucked up, having been lied to so hard. Everybody else under the age of 30, this is their fucking job, to control humans like Sims because they're so stupid and we're killing the planet. So let's kill everybody. Meanwhile, Air Force 2025, full weather control. Well, I would too if I had everything down to the bone marrow. They already have weather. It's on the Doppler. And again, for those of you over 30, you've been watching the Weather Channel and all those little squares. Oh, that's kind of weird. A cloud's in a square. Tell your loved ones the truth today. Amen.